Hello, and welcome to Seshat's Wisdom. My name is Nika, but you may call me Seshat. My channel is here to give you some metaphysics knowledge channeled directly from the cosmic libraries. And of course, I will go into that in another video, what the cosmic libraries are and how you can actually access it. But what compelled me to do my video today is just the complete discord of the state of women in this day and age. It's alarming the rate of young ladies who decided that they no longer want to, have children. And it's not necessarily due to anything other than the fact that they do not feel like they can comfortably have children, not necessarily comfortably have children, but as far as having the traditional husband wife dynamic, young women in this day and age are starting to reflect on their own mother's experiences, their grandmother's experiences, their great grandmother's experiences, and realize that they're in a world now that gives them more flexibility in terms of income, in terms of education. You know, they can get assets, they can do so much in this day and age. So now, in a lot of young ladies' opinion, men are considered an accessory, okay? Not a necessity, which they were back then. Also, too, just how dating and courting, so to speak, has gotten to be very, very one sided. And also, too, because most women feel like men in this day and age do not want to meet them halfway. They want a traditional woman, but they are not traditional themselves. Also, too, they want their men to make more income and just be more emotionally available, things like that. And so now the birth rates in not just the US, but all over the world has plummeted. And so here's what I say to that. First, I want to address just the talk that certain men in this day and age who are considered alpha male are going around talking about who's the prize, who isn't, talking about women only wanting them for their money, and talking about a woman who is over a certain age, whether or not she's useful, so to speak. I want to make something very clear to those men. Short, tall, fat, skinny, beautiful, ugly, smart, stupid. It does not matter what you title a woman. There will always be place in society for women. There will always be a place in society and a demand for women, no matter what age, whether it's their intelligence, their nurturing, their femininity. That will always, always be in demand. It will always be revered, and it will always, always, always be one of the most important aspects to existence. All right? Now, you men, on the other hand, need to understand this. You're not going to be young forever. Okay? And as much as you want to feel like the ultra machismo leader, I'm a man and I'm going to do this and that. Let me explain something to you. It's going to blow up in your face. It's gotten to a point where women no longer are arguing with you. Instead, they'll let life show you what's true. And it's happening. It's male depression epidemic happening locally and abroad. I have not only witnessed this firsthand, but even related to the positions I've had in reference to health, for example. More often than not, the women are the ones handling their husband's health, planning for them, making sure they arrange for their care when they're not around. These women are cooking food for them, cleaning them. Guys, I know as much as you have this camaraderie with your friends, with your boys, they're not going to fly from where they are to come wash you up and wash up under you and bathe you. They're going to expect your wife or your significant other to take care of that. Sure, you have friends, maybe a friend will pay for a nurse for you, I don't know, but honestly, I don't know a lot of men who are planning for other men's retirement. And so having a woman is handy. You know, I mean, for the most part, y'all can cook for yourselves, but there's definitely something missing. And that is why a lot of these men with this whole manosphere thing, everything, I'm glad that's actually dying out because it was doing more harm than good. Okay. And it's also something that I believe you men should understand this as well, that having a woman is not a right, it's a privilege. And just like with any privilege, if you don't live up to the standards of that privilege and abide by the boundaries and the limitations and the rules of that privilege, you do not get to take advantage of it. Just because you're a man does not mean that you're due a woman. And then this whole rhetoric, oh, there's more women than there are men. Look at what's happening. No one's beating down the doors for y'all. And if they are, well, why should they be doing that? Men need to also settle down as well. And they need to realize that having a woman in your life is a gift. You have a woman that is willing to have your children, to risk her life giving birth to them, to nurture them, to take care of them, and then take care of you. And at the end of it, they get to be alone because more often than not, you men die first. And all you have to do is be the nurturers, protectors, and the providers that your fathers and your forefathers and your grandfathers were. I'm not saying they were perfect, but at least they did their part as men. And what we find now is that a lot of men have just given up.